Welcome to a pick a card reading for November 11th. I wanted to do a little special pick a card reading today because today can be a day of new opportunities, of portals opening. If we think of the 1111, it really reminds me of that Two of Wands energy, looking out into the world, stepping through new doorways, opening new portals, being available for new energy. And we're 11-11-22, which kind of maximizes and amplifies the opportunities that are available today. So here is a pick a card reading for you guys. I'm talking a little bit here at the beginning so you can kind of settle into each of the three piles. I have a really coarse rose quartz, natural rose quartz here for pile number 1. Pile number 2 has this clear crystal quartz, which I actually use for scrying sometimes. It's got some really cool little pieces in it, and this is a really gorgeous Labradorite piece I've had for years. I have so many of these guys kind of sitting around me for readings. Not often do many of them make it on camera, but anyway, you can settle in, choose 1, 2, or all 3 of the piles, and we're going to just check in and see what messages today as an open portal, as new energy, as new opportunities come in for you guys. This is the energy of like, what is the best possible outcome in the unknown, right? Like, we're often as humans so excited to think about or plan for the worst case scenario, but what could potentially be the best case scenario coming at us today? So let's go ahead and get started with pile number 1. And I will leave timestamps in the description box below. So let's see if we want to leave these here. I'm gonna pull them all the way up. Okay, pile number 1 with rose quartz. Let's see what you chose and what's coming at you. We're gonna leave this card till the end and kind of see how that ties everything together. So let's go ahead and do a mini reading here for you for 11-11. So you can kind of settle into your question. And even if you don't have a question, you can kind of just be open to what messages might come through from Spirit for you. Okay, so pile number 1, what have you been wishing and manifesting for? What's really been like your heart's desire that you might be kind of looking for on the horizon these days? The 7 of Wands. This is a really beautiful deck. It is called the Weaver Tarot, and it can be a little bit hard to see, but it's so magical. I thought it would be really perfect to use for today's pick a card. So this is a feeling of wanting to deeply settle into who you are, pile number 1. So this is you really wishing for peace in your body, in your mind, in your spirit, in your day-to-day, in your work. This is really you calling forth the energy of knowing who you are and not having to defend yourself anymore, not having to explain who you are. Having people, places, and things around you respond to that in a really positive way. This is you really hoping for the opportunity to be seen for exactly who you are and not have to consistently be like fighting for that in the world, not have to consistently be like defending yourself in your community and in your surroundings. And what is like the biggest dream? So if this is like what you've been wishing for and manifesting, what's coming towards you is like the biggest dream that you might not even know you've been really wishing or trying to manifest or even available for you. Like maybe it's been an inkling, but maybe you're just like, you don't even allow yourself to dream this big. What's the biggest possibility for you? Seeker of Coins. Ooh, number 1. This is like, there's some kind of a big dream here where you are excited to potentially step into entrepreneurship. This is you having thought about like a business opportunity or like a really cool idea for making money or contributing to the world or being a part of the economy in some way that you haven't even allowed yourself to dream. What it's making me think of is when I was younger, I was in this even professional choir. I was like, I sang a lot when I was a kid and we toured all of the time. And for a while, my dream was like, you know what would be so cool if I could grow up and make my own choir, like make my own traveling little choral group, and we would make so much money, and then I would be able to give that money to people, places, and things that I loved or that I wanted to see grow, or causes that were really important to me, right? But I was like, yeah, but that can never happen. And that's what this feels like to me. It's like your biggest dream is something that has been on the back burner, that you've thought about, you've toyed with. It's something tangible. It's some kind of a project. Maybe this is a family for you. Maybe you're like, well, I could never have a family. I don't make enough money. My partner doesn't make enough money. I'm not partnered right now. I don't know how that would happen. Whatever it is, but you've thought about it, and this is that dream that really wants to come forward and say, don't put me on the back burner. Don't leave me on the back burner. So this feels really exciting, and also like it could really potentially take a lot of who you are and be the key to opening up your ultimate gift to the world. So this dream is coming forward to say, don't forget about me. It could be possible today or in this 11/11 energy over the next few days to really sit and think with or be inspired by what doors might be opening for you towards your highest potential, your highest outcome. Because if you're dreaming it, it's dreaming you, right? Whatever we have like an inkling about contributing to the world wants to see us succeed in. So what do you need to let go of or release to move towards that dream, or move towards what would be possible for you? Oh, interesting. Okay, so this is the Magician in reverse. And what this is saying is you need to let go of anything that's forcing your way through life and putting your own plan on your dreams, your life, your career, really forcing it through. Being the architect, you need to release a lot of control in order to do this in tandem with God, with spirit, with inspiration. Like there has to be room for you to hear a really cool idea before you can implement it, instead of like trying to do new cool ideas, or what am I trying to say? Like instead of trying to do things from a traditional perspective or a logical perspective, or continuing to just like force your way through life, this is an opportunity for you that says, hey, I need you. God is saying, Spirit is saying, sit back a little bit and dance with me. I can't tango with you if you're by yourself, if you want to do it all yourself. Like I can't lead the dance and show you the best opportunity if you're forcing your way through everything, or if you're trying to lead me. And the cool part about this is like, this is exactly what this reading is for. It's showing us like what's available, what's opening to us. And the thing is like our human minds are so small compared to the creative, inspired magic of the universe. Like that can sound really woo-woo, but just think about how like nature moves every day in intricate, really important ways that we have no idea even like how it works, right? Like I could go on about that. But anyway, this is just saying maybe take a little bit of a back seat and allow some space, allow some meditation, like don't fill up your schedule or whatever, and allow spirit to work with you. Okay, this is like what action could you take? What would be the next best step forward for you to really allow whatever messages might be coming through or new opportunities coming through here for you? Exactly. So this is the 9 of Wands in reverse, which kind of just amplifies the message that this says. This says, stop fighting so hard. This says, take a seat. This says, if you're feeling browbeaten, weary, tired, like you are putting blood, sweat, and tears into your work or trying to force your way forward, this is like, take a rest. Let me take on some of the burden. Let me inspire you. Let me fill you up. Like you don't have to keep working so hard, blood, sweat, and tears towards something that ultimately like might be more inspired if you like ease up a little bit. So this is really telling you to like take a step back, folks who chose this pile number 1, and allow spirit to meet you and co-create in whatever way that means to you, in whatever area of life that means to you. Who's helping? Where can you find inspiration or help or support around you in your life? Seeker of Swords. Super cool. So this is going to be messages coming through for you. So when it comes to understanding how you might hear inspiration or gather inspiration, like where your messages are coming through, like they're right there for you. This is articles you might read when you pop online. This is a coworker who comes in and tells you about like a really cool new idea. The choir that I told you guys about when I was younger, I had no like interest necessarily, but a friend of mine was auditioning and I was like, hey, sure, I'll do something cool after school. She ended up like leaving the choir after a few months, and I stayed in for years, and it became a core tenet of who I am today, that experience. It's something like that. It's like, oh, hey, sure, I'll like come grab coffee with you this afternoon, and the barista tells you about an amazing new opportunity to buy a coffee shop. It's something like that. Like, be aware of people, places, things around you that are going to talk to you, that are going to like send you an article, that are going to text you, message you. The Seeker of Swords is someone who's very articulate, can talk a lot, messages might come in really fast. So be aware of those, look out for those, and be ready to feel that this today or maybe in November. You know, this energy doesn't have to be finite, but it's a good time to be aware of like portals to opportunities that we might not have seen before. And what is the highest advice? What's the final advice for your highest outcome here? Ooh, girl, step into your power. Look at those columns on either side. And the lion right on this wand here says, take your passion from the heart and be a leader in your community and what you'd like to see. This is saying like, you know, this idea that you've had here before about like, well, you know, this idea could be really cool. Like maybe I do just want to weave baskets, but like that would be silly. Who would buy baskets? That business idea is really terrible. This says step into your power and understand that you are master of your own world and of your own dreams. And Spirit is here to co-create. You literally have these two columns in the back as the gateway through that we're talking about today, right? So this is like extreme confirmation, extreme. This is really Spirit coming through and saying, you have everything it takes and I'm here to do it with you. And I'm ready to help you be the absolute leader in your own life and of your own heart's desire. That's really gorgeous. Okay, I wanted to give every card or every pile a little archetype deck. Let's see how this ties everything together. Oh, the medallion. So, this is actually, it just hit me so hard. I know I'm bringing up like a lot of personal vignettes, but from my days in that choir, I wear a medallion almost every day that I got when I graduated from that experience. And I no longer really sing in that capacity, but it reminds me of that time I had that was so special, that brought my creative parts forward. It reminds me to like be open to that again, right? And that's what this is saying. It's like there might be a piece in your jewelry, or there might be something that someone's going to give you. This could also be like you giving something to someone, like giving your gift to someone. So again, it really comes back to this idea of like you wanting to give something to the world. Pile number one, that message is becoming very clear that there might be something that you've really been holding back on, that you're like, who would want that? Who would buy that? Who would be interested in that? And Spirit is saying, this is your gift to the world. This could really be time to step forward and give it to the world. So pile number one, really beautiful, really powerful message for you there. Thank you so much for watching, and we're going to move on to pile number two. Okay, so if you chose the quartz crystal, I'm just gonna move these into the space here a little bit. The quartz crystal, this is pile number two reading here. Let's get you guys a mini reading for this portal energy here on or around November 11th. So again, this is like just the energy of today, but the energy isn't finite. It doesn't like start or stop at a specific minute. So really just like anytime, this is a message Spirit wants you to know about what could potentially be coming through for you, what could potentially be possible for you. I'm just gonna move these out of the way here. This is just off the cuff, so I just felt inspired to do this today, and yeah, we'll see how it goes. So pile number two, who chose the quartz crystal, what have you been wishing for or manifesting? What's been building for you recently? that Spirit wants to talk about. The 10 of Swords in reverse. Oh, pile number 2. So right off the bat, this is you really wishing and hoping for relief from inner turmoil, from feeling potentially really depressed. This could be you going through a really tough time recently, and you're like, how am I going to get through this? How am I going to get through this work situation? Or there could be potentially a lot of people around you that have not been very supportive, or you might have been going through a lot of trials and tribulations. Like what's coming to mind is like going through higher education or a dissertation where people are consistently trying to poke holes in a thesis you've created, right? It could be something like that. Or it could literally be something in life where you feel like maybe you've had a friend, be really deceitful, or a partner feel deceitful. There's something in life where you have felt really defeated. Pile number 2, and this is Spirit saying, really acknowledging how much you've wanted to be coming out of this energy. This is Spirit saying, I hear you wanting rest, and I hear you wanting to really feel relief from pain, and you're coming out of it. You are manifesting peace. Pile number 2 is what that is saying. What is your biggest dream? Like, what's the biggest dream you might not even have thought about or realized is important to you as we come into this energy where anything is possible? The Devil in reverse. Okay, doubling down. Wow. Okay. So pile number 2, this is fascinating. This is you saying, I want to live in co-creation with Spirit. I want to live from an inspired, aligned point of view. I want to live my highest dreams, and I don't know how. I have golden handcuffs on. This is you saying, like, I'm in a profession that pays me so well, but how can I step out and just like start a cookie making business when I'm like the leader of a large corporation, right? When we see the Devil in reverse as like your biggest dream recently, wow, right after the 10 of Swords in reverse, pile number 2, you are really searching for clarity and a way back to yourself. This is you saying, how can I get off the roller coaster my life has become? How can I want so much more than anything to feel completely in alignment with myself, which is really like in alignment with Spirit and really close to God again. Whatever that means to you. I have no like hangups about the word God. So to me, God means like the magical co-creation of the universe and like the energy that makes stars. And I get inspired just saying it, but I recognize God has a lot of connotations that don't feel good to you. So sub it for whatever you want. That feeling of inspiration and of vitality and of the joy of life, and of feeling like so vital and alive. You want to feel alive, pile 2. That's like your biggest dream right now. That's gorgeous actually, because it's really at an energetic level. You're ready to give up material gain right now to feel connected again, to feel healthy again. This could be a real desire to come back into health as well. If you've gone through sickness or something recently too, which also could explain some of this 10 of Swords, feeling like something might not work out if you have been sick, etc., etc. What do you need to let go of or release in order to get inspiration or see some of your biggest dreams come true here? Oh, the Star. Oh, I love it so hard. Pile number 2, you have not been forgotten. You have not been left behind. There is so much hope for you right here. Spirit is trying to tell you, believe deeply in the light in the dark, right? The star, the vision in the dead of night when everything else is blurry and it can be fearful and you don't know who's in the bushes and it's like scary outside and it's nighttime and nothing looks clear and you don't know where you are and you have to wait a while in order to see where you're gonna go, right? The star is there to remind us that even in our darkest times, we have a guiding light. Things are going to work out. This is a card of faith, but more so than a religious connotation. This is you believing deeply that things are going to work out, that you're going to be taken care of. Look at all of this love and support. This is such co-creation here. This is so much love and support and vision, coming from the divine, coming from God, coming from the ethers, and you looking up, reaching up, sending up your messages through these wings, but sending up your passion for life and for where you want to go and meeting it. This deck feels so ethereal to me, and this is feeling like not ethereal at all. I mean, it's stars and stuff, but this energy here is God just like pouring its message to you. Like, you are taken care of. Here is the way through, right? This isn't like stardust here. It's like pouring faith into you as you burn your fire for wanting to see your way through up. Right? That is gorgeous. This is really powerful, pile number 2. If you've shown up for pile number 2 and you're going through a tough time, know that like it's taken care of. Your job right now is to believe that that's true. Okay, what is your next step? Like, what's an action step? How can you best move forward stepping into energy on this? The Ruler of Swords in reverse. So this is the King of Swords. So your best action on this, is to really understand that it's not a matter of thinking your way through this. This is not going to be like go read a book. This is not going to be talk to everyone you know. This is not going to be logical. It's not going to be through your minds. It's not going to be through your intellect. It's not going to be through your mind. Our mind is so small, again, in comparison to the creative juice of the universe. So this is saying, put aside the beliefs that you have in place that might be keeping you from a much larger access to magic, to inspiration, to miracles that are trying to come forward towards you at this time. Okay, who's around you? Who's helping? Who's supporting? What's going on around you that's really helping you move towards your dreams? The 10 of Cups in reverse. So this looks like if you have gone through a breakup, or if you've gone through a lot of emotional loss recently, you have 2 tens on the board here. That's a lot of completion. This could mean that whatever loss you're going through is absolutely helping you move forward towards whatever it is. And if you've been going through a lot of pain with that recently, I am so sorry in a pile number 2. That's never fun to hear, but I hope that that's comforting in some way for you to understand that if you have been going through a lot of loss, it is so exactly where you need to be right now to help you clear out for whatever is coming towards you in the future. So this is a position of what's helping you, who is around you, what's around you. And this could be you actively trying to refill your cup as well. This could be you if you are going through health challenges or you have been going through a hard time. This could really be you saying, hey, I'm going to take a break from this relationship, or I'm going to take a break from this friend group for a hot second to really dig deep inside myself and come back into ultimate alignment. That's your biggest desire right now. So you are digging deep, pile number 2. I can't wait to see what your archetype card is to see kind of how this all ties together. Okay, what's the final advice or the highest outcome for you for this portal time? The 2 of Swords. Fascinating. Okay, the 2 of Swords in reverse. So the highest advice and outcome for you is to set the drama aside. And with the 2 of Swords upright, it can be like, we're at a standstill. I don't know where to go. This feels really hard. This is a stalemate. Like, someone else is not letting me through. I'm not letting someone else through. So when we see it in reverse, it says it's time to come out of whatever is blocking you. It's time to come out of your mind, pile number 2. It's time to really put the blindfold on and really be accessing from your third eye. I hope you can see that there. It's time to, again, trust the night, trust the darkness here. If you're going through a dark night of the soul, trust that the ways that you can't see your way forward are exactly where you're needing to be right now, and that it's all working out for you. This is a really deep reading, pile number 2. So I hope you guys are okay. Know that like you are deeply supported for whatever it is that is available to you for the portal time. And that could be through the month of November too, right? So a final archetype card for you guys to kind of tie it all together. The riddle. Yep, exactly. This is you being a part of this divine plan, right? Sacred geometry, ways that things are weaving together, stories that are coming together that you can't understand or see, but that you are absolutely a part of, right? When we're on like this part of the journey, we can't understand how this part is connected or this part is connected. But look, you are absolutely a part of the fabric of the universe, and the riddle, the unknown, is safe to be in right now. You're supposed to be in a space that's unknown. So I hope that that's comforting to you. Pile number 2, fascinating. I hope that you guys are like safe and happy and healthy, and just know that like whatever is coming towards you is relief and confirmation that like you absolutely can have your biggest desires and dreams. Okay, thanks so much for watching. Pile number 3. Pile number 3, Jaya, you guys chose the Labradorite. It's really beautiful. Okay, let's go ahead and get you guys a little mini reading here for 11/11, this portal energy. Again, this could be around a few days around the 11th. It could be for the full month of November. These cards are huge. So be ready to just take in whatever messages resonate for you, leave the rest, and let's see what's available for you. Pile number 3 with the Labradorite. So what have you been hoping, wishing for, trying to manifest? Pile number 3 that's important to know right now. The 5 of Cups, interesting. So this is reminding me of a time, I know I've been talking a lot about personal stories, but I'm hoping that I'm going to articulate my point better than just talking to you about it. This is reminding me of a time a long time ago, I was dating someone and I really knew I needed to get out of the relationship. I wanted to end it, but I couldn't for some different reasons. It took a lot of time, but I was consistently like wishing for this 5 of Cups energy, this like ending of something. I wanted to feel the disappointment. I was like eager to feel the grief of loss so that I could move on. That's one perspective here. But this is also like in the 5 of Cups, the energy, the advice here is always to, even in the midst of disappointment and opportunities that have been spilled or relationships that haven't worked out or disappointments we might have had or, whatever it is, failures, that we always have some cups here still upright and still available to you. There's still a part of you that has hope. There's still a part of you that keeps the vision. There's still a part of you that has friends and community and a network and connection at some point. And even if you feel like you have none of those things, pile number 3, you always have your connection to spirit and to self deeply. That's always available to you. But what you've like really been wishing or manifesting for is some kind of hope through a hard experience. Or, interestingly, you could be really wishing for a hard experience to come so you can kind of get it over with, if that makes sense. I hope that makes sense to you. That example that I gave you was kind of the only way I could describe what I was feeling for you guys for that card. So let me know what you think. I hope that resonates. Okay, pile number 3. What is the biggest dream that you might not even recognize that you have, or you might not even have talked to other people about, that wants to be shown through this portal time? Okay, the Lovers. Pile number 3. Really beautiful. You guys are so wanting and hoping and reaching for love in a really big way. Ultimately, connection to self, but of course, connection to other people. This could be really longing for life partnership, for marriage, for whatever it is, right? The Lovers is just saying you are hoping, your biggest dream is to find your soulmate. Let's just say it as it is, to find your soulmate, to find your greatest connection. And if this isn't about relationship for you, the Lovers can represent a choice. So like if you're in a happy marriage or you're in a happy life partnership, the Lovers can be, the biggest dream is saying, I want to choose to find my soul's path, right? The Lovers can represent a choice. Am I choosing what makes me happiest right now? Am I choosing connection to my greatest vitality, the greatest way that I could live my life? Okay, so what do you need to release or to let go of in order to manifest or realize this dream right now, to work with the energy? The 3 of Coins. Fascinating. I just love these cards so much. They're really special cards. The 3 of Coins says you might need to release ways that you've built things with other people or that you've been working with other people on. So sometimes if it's releasing the 3 of Coins, it's saying you might need to let go of people that you're working with or people that I'm not like let them go, but it might be a time for you to work on your own thing. So for instance, as I was setting up this YouTube channel, I was like, I actually had to set aside watching a lot of other YouTube channels because I was like, you know what? I'm going to do my own thing. I just need to put my own thing out there and do what feels really right to me. I don't want my mind to be cluttered with how other people are doing things or other readings. That's what this is like. So this could be something like, what you need to release is, well, how are every other person's marriages going? How has everyone else like met the love of their life? Sometimes it can be fun to talk to people about it, but if you're really interested in finding life partnership that matters the most to you, like ultimate connection, ultimate love, you're gonna have to do it from the very personal place of who you are, right? And that's going to take going inside and coming out of collaboration with other people to a certain extent. What is your advice? Like, what's a good next action step in order to get this started here and move towards this energy? The 7 of Coins. So this is a very practical energy for you, pile number 3. This is you really tending the garden. The 7 of Coins asks you to plant seeds now that you want to tend and watch grow later. So this is kind of a shitty analogy, but there's a person in my family who has really terrible relationships with his kids, right? His adult children. And I keep saying about him that, well, if you plant shit seeds, you're going to get shit bushes, right? When they were young, he was a really terrible dad. He planted shit seeds. He didn't take care of them. He didn't tend to their needs. Like, he had all these other priorities. And now as an adult, he's like, hey, why do I have shit bushes? Like, why don't my kids want to come see me? Like, all of those kinds of things, right? So this is saying your next best action step to access the energy that's available to you, access any new opportunities that are coming your way, is what do you want to plant? What bushes do you want to see come up later? As an analogy, right? Plant those seeds now. Are those like love and kindness, collaboration, wealth, like whatever it is for you, like start really tending the garden, pulling out the weeds, like who has to go that's not supporting it, right? That kind of a thing. Your next best action step towards moving towards your biggest dreams and goals of ultimate connection, potentially life partnership here, love, relationship, is getting your house in order, pile number 3. That's what this says, and doing it lovingly and planting seeds now that you really want to see grow and flourish later. Who's around you? Who's helping? What's helping you move towards this energy that could be available for you over this portal time? The World in reverse. Okay, so this is like opportunities, people, places, things that are coming out of the woodwork. This could be you tying up a lot of loose ends, right? This could be if you have a lot, okay, so if this is about a relationship and you want to step into the love of your life, relationship of your dreams, but you're still really pissed about the last one that ended, you need to do the work of tying that up, either internally, get a book, go see a therapist, whatever, or like actually having a conversation with that ex, like whatever it is. Who's helping you is like support around tying up old ends so that you can step into massive completion and really complete the cycle before you move on to the next one. And it feels like you really know what that is, pile number 3. So the advice here and the help here is complete things, tend to endings, and really become the person who is going to be stable, loving, like all of the things that you need to like step into a new relationship. Do that first. What's the final and highest advice here for you for working with the energy that's available right now? Okay, I mean, nothing could be more on point. Go do it. That's all I'm going to say. The Hermit card. Find your own light. Find your own wisdom, find your own answers, plant the seeds from your own heart, your own idea of what you want to see grow, right? Do it from a place of contemplation with the divine and with spirit. Really ask yourself to go inside, take the time to be alone and see like, what is your deepest heart's desire? Is your heart clear? Is it pure? And by pure, I mean like free of hatred, free of frustrations with the past, right? Wrapped up. This is really beautiful. It's like so succinct, all of this right here. So pile number 3, really strong message around relationship. But if you're watching this and you feel like this reading is for you and it's not about a relationship, apply the messages to whatever other area of life, job, right? Whatever it is. What's your final culminating message from this archetype card? the threshold. I just love it when everything is like so on point. So the threshold here says you are so close, pile number 3, and there's just this tending. There's like, it's like you're starting a farm, right? And like you have all the animals and you have all the seeds and you have all of the things that you need, and they're all like waiting outside, and you just have to like make sure the pig pen's swept up, like build the barn really quick, like make sure everything is in order before you just let in this onslaught of vitality, of passion, of inspiration, of connection. So really tend to yourself. This is really beautiful because being on the threshold also says there's something right here on the other side that wants to come meet you. So don't think that you have to do this energy of being alone in vain. It's like you're so close. Tend to these last details because it's coming for you, whatever you're wishing and hoping for. Thank you so much for being here. I can't wait to do more. Let me know if you like the pick of cards, and we'll catch you guys in the next one.